So this is the third video of the welcome message going over the syllabi with you. I just wanted to pick up where we left off, and before we get into the calendar, and everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, what is all this color?" And Dan really went crazy with this highlighter. Half of the stuff is reminder, and this is why I color-coded exams and quizzes are red, discussion boards are yellow, and light blue for purple for labs and homework. And this is how you want to use this calendar. Let me show you. So today's our first day. Here's our syllabi. After this, I'm going to send you over to my lab and homework and how to set up Visual Studio. So this is the date ranges I'm talking about. So here is the start date. Here is the end date when this is due. I release lab and homework 2. I end lab and homework 2 here. It's due. Now, everywhere that you see it's release or close or due or whatever, the synonyms that I'm using here, it always ends on the midnight of the day. So let's say this is lab 1 and homework is due on the 18th. What does that mean? Midnight. Now, just to clarify, if this homework is due at midnight, I would not wait until 11:59 to upload. You've heard of Murphy's Law? What can go wrong will go wrong. So some guy out there in the road runs into a telephone pole connected to your internet. What happens? Your internet's down. So please don't procrastinate and upload and get this thing done. Just move on with it. Give yourself plenty of time. I mean, it's like showing up for a meeting. Get there 5-10 minutes early. You're not huffing and puffing. So I would recommend no later than 11:30. All right. I mean, I could set the due date to 11:30, and some of you still would wait for the last minute, right? Again, I'm trying to get you into the best practice. Once you develop, this best practice, apply it to the workforce and industry as well. So don't wait until the last minute to upload, 20 megabytes of files into the upload server with it. It's gonna take time with it, and it's gonna time out. So you're gonna miss that window. And please don't send me an email attaching your files. Please don't do that. I don't accept any emails with an assignment unless I tell you to, or something different with it. But you need to actually upload everything on eCampus needs to be inside eCampus with it, so it links into your grade center. Does that make sense? So please follow this guideline. So this is the time range I'm talking about. You have 3 days to complete this lab. You have three days to complete this quiz 1, for example. All right. So it covers some of the stuff with it. You got 3 days to complete discussion board 1. Okay, from here to here. So again, anytime when you see things are due or closed, it means midnight. Midnight that day. Period. All right. Midnight that day. So please follow through this, color-coded with it. As you can see, it's pretty intense. It's very intense with it. I ask you, please keep this calendar on hand with it. Look in front of you, what's due, what's planned ahead of with it as well. This is the same course that's offered 16 weeks, now condensed into 3.5, 4 weeks with it. This is the WebEx meeting times with it. And we're going to actually have WebEx meetings. So if it's a WebEx meeting, I send out email invitation. Please accept it inside the email invitation. You can connect to my office hours in 4 ways. 4 ways. 1, you can click on it. If you have a webcam and a microphone and speakers, you're good. 2, you can download the WebEx app. Use your cell phone to connect to it. 3, you could call in. There's a phone number. You can use your cell phone number to call in, put in the access code. That's 3 ways you can access through WebEx with it. So that's all WebEx. It's like Zoom, with it. The second tool is the Collaborate. The Blackboard Collaborate Ultra is the complete name. That's a link. It's like Zoom inside of Blackboard. So now I'll tell you this, I did had some glitches in using Blackboard, so we'll try it again. I don't know if it's any better. I think it's a bandwidth issue. Several students were unable to connect, and it crashes the Blackboard server with it. So like I said, I haven't decided next week or with it as well, but just to let you know, these are office hours. You're welcome to come and ask questions. It's not mandatory with it. You do whatever you need to do. If this particular time doesn't fit you, you're working, let me know. I'll be glad to schedule a different WebEx conversation time during my office hours as well. So you have this, and that's it with it. So I'm going to try this semester for the summer because I can't be on campus for an office meeting. All right. That's about it. So look through this. We're going to try to adhere as close as these timelines and these due dates and everything with it as well. Okay, so that concludes the syllabi for the course with it, and I'm going to take you back to how the course works with it and the navigation. This is how it works with it. So if you look at the navigation menu after you log in, this is our course syllabi that you just looked at, and this is like, ignore this orange banner, this green banner, this color banner up here, because this is the student view on my side. It looks what it looks like on yours. I have a different interface than you. But do your reading. Go to the lecture notes. So if you go to lecture notes, and the first thing is, here's the Pharaoh chapters. I have D.S. Malik 1. Here, let's start with this one. I should move this to the top. So you're going to read chapter A, read that first, watch the video, go back and read again. Read, video, read. Okay? Read, video, read. That's how you want to approach this. Again, here's the chapter 2, or chapter 1A or B, whatever I lecture notes with it. Read the Pharaoh 1B, watch the videos, alright, go back and read again with it. I also put in, and I'll sort all this out, I also put in chapter 1 for the D.S. Malik and the DS as well. So both of these, the D.S. Malik comes after the Pharaoh. Complete the first 2 chapters of 1A, 1B first, and then start on the D.S. Malik. It's the same content. That's what they do. It's just reorganized with it differently with it. So all that, there's some overlapping with it as well. I can't stress enough. It's basic computer stuff that you need to understand what's input, output, logic of programming, all the stuff with it as well. Please read that. There's tons of information in there. We can't assume that you know all the stuff with it as well. So please read it. Again, read, video, read. So the next time you read it, the third time, it's going to be faster. Again. With it. So I am a kinesthetic learner. I always like to have a pad on the side. When I read stuff, I always like to write, make note cards or however, some sort of service, because when you write it, it just helps me to remember it. I make note cards. I for definition for words. It's the process of making the notes. That's where you learn. All right. So when you use somebody else's notes, you're not going to learn with it. So learn kinesthetically, meaning if you write it out, it's going to stick. I can tell you. Me talking, it's going to evaporate. All right. Listening is going to evaporate. Doing will stick. So if you follow these guidelines, what works for me, over the past 15, 20 years, my classroom pedagogy, it works for a lot of you. All right. So writing goes back to pencil and paper. Practice with it as well. So this is the first reading that I like for you to start on today with it. All the lecture notes are on here. Chapter 1, 2, and 3 is up to par. I'm going to have more videos for you for 4, 5, 6, and the rest of the 8 chapters that we have in here. The rest of these are just empty right now because I need to update this with it. But I have the first 3 chapters of D.S. Malik with it. That's what you need to do. Let me see here. That's the lecture notes. The second one is the lab and homework. Here's the lab and homework. The first one, again, I have a little video for you and a written instructions on how you download the Visual Studio C++. All right, and this is the first lab. So watch this, and I'm gonna have a separate video for all this with it as well. So just to show you how this course works. Once you're all done with the first lab, when is it due? How do I know when it's due? Well, if you go to look when it's due. Lab and homework is due on next Monday, the 18th. Look at that. When's it due? Midnight. All right. So please, please, please. I'm going to show you how to upload this in a separate video and how I want it packaged with it as well. So if you can please follow my videos and how things are done with it. So there will be a link here for you to upload. Not now. I don't put this link here because everybody's going to upload the wrong file. So the link I will open probably the Saturday or Sunday for you. Okay, so bear with me for a moment. That's it. Everything else in here is self-explanatory, and that's how the course works with it as well. Hey, I'm approaching 11, almost. I'm going to go over 11 minutes here with it. This is the end of my welcome message with you. I'm very excited. I hope you are too. But put on your seatbelt. Hope you're going to learn a lot in this course with it. Please keep up with the course reading. Read video. Read the same material. Watch it, and I guarantee you, the second time you read this, it's going to make better sense. That every time you look at it, it's going to make sense with it. The hardest thing teaching about computer science is the stuff that we're doing. It's very abstract. It's like math. I mean, I'm talking about the RAM memory. I'm talking about things that it's not concrete where I can pick up a cup and tell you this cup is white, it has this logo. This is concrete. The stuff that I'm talking about in computer science is things that are very, it sounds very fictional to a certain point with it, because there isn't anything that I can explain to you, and I will try to relate life analogy to something that's very abstract, to use metaphors to explain some of the stuff that we talk about. So if you can make that connection, that's the best way I can explain it to you with it as well. All right, enough of me yakking and talking and all the stuff with it. Let me stop the video. This is the end of the third video.